Master of the mundane, mistress of arachnids.
Loretta wasn't your average Loretta. She was a unique blend of what the hell and what the fuck. She didn't wear sensible shoes or yearn for beige carpets. In fact, the very thought of a beige carpet made her cringe. Beige carpets are super ugly. She yearned for a world where spiders were celebrated, where the eight-legged creatures were seen as partners in creativity, not pests, and celebrated through the medium of interpretive juggling. Loretta loved to juggle spiders. She pretty much turned it into a wild-ass art form. She was a house painter by trade. Not just any houses, but vibrant, colourful disasters that stood out in the neighbourhood because she really sucked at painting. But because someone had to pay the bills, and juggling spiders doesn't exactly scream financial stability, people felt bad for her and let her keep painting and jacking up their houses. They were way too nice.
So there I was, day in, day out, scaling ladders with a paintbrush in one hand and a tangle of eight-legged artists in the other. It was a chaotic dance, a blend of art and arachnids, Loretta told me.
The neighbours thought she was bonkers, and she was. They whispered and pointed, but tried to not fall over cackling in her face. Frankly, Loretta was starting to agree with them, but she embraced her quirks, finding solace in her unique way of life. But a girl's got to eat, and those spiders weren't going to train themselves. Each day was a new challenge, a new opportunity to blend her passions. Her days were filled with paint fumes and spider silk, the two elements intertwined, creating an atmosphere that was both inspiring, overwhelming, and goofy. The two scents mingled in the air like some bizarre air freshener from hell. It was a smell that became synonymous with her life, a constant reminder of her screwed-up brain.
I often wondered if I was slowly going mad. The days blurred together, a whirlwind of paint and spiders, she told me. But then I'd remember the look on that Mrs. Higgins's face when she saw what I thought to be a particularly impressive spider toss. Her eyes got wide with astonishment and a hint of admiration. She was a whole-ass nutbucket too. And I'd think, nah, I'm just living my best life. Even if that life reeked of turpentine and fear-induced spider droppings, it was a life uniquely hers that nobody else would want anyway.
The alarm clock blared, a big contrast to the gentle rustling of 8 hairy legs escaping from their makeshift hammock. The room was chaotic, with art supplies, spider webs, and half-finished projects all over the damn place. It was a filthy mess.
Morning, my little moneymakers, time to rise and shine, she would say.
Loretta croaked, tossing a handful of crickets into the spider terrarium. The crickets landed with soft plobs that quickly disappeared into a flurry of eager mandibles. Breakfast was served, and the spiders wasted no time in devouring their meal. It was a daily ritual, one that Loretta had grown accustomed to over the years. Sometimes she would eat some too. Yuck. Showbiz was a tough industry, and Loretta's spiders were not just pets, they were performers. After a breakfast of lukewarm coffee and existential dread, Loretta packed her tools. Each brush had its own purpose, and each spider had its own role in the day's work. Extra large can of Raid, just in case those little buggers got any ideas about a hostile takeover. Sometimes I think they were tired of Loretta's shit. I mean, it wasn't paranoia if they were actually out to get her, right? Loretta often wondered if her spiders plotted against her. I think they were. I know I would.
Try not to frighten the spiders, love. They're sensitive creatures, you know, Loretta chirped.
Maneuvering past Mrs. Grumblestone with the grace of a drunken hippopotamus. The old bat probably wouldn't even notice if the spiders did stage a coup. Mrs. Grumblestone was oblivious to the chaos around her. She probably wouldn't even notice if they replaced all her doilies with tiny spider webs. She was crazy as hell, and didn't give a rat's ass about anything. The spiders had a knack for mischief. Replacing doilies with spider webs was just one of their many tricks.
Don't worry, lads. It's just beige. A little colour never hurt anyone. Nobody gets eaten for painting with beige. It's a safe colour, a neutral ground in the world of art.
Unless they ran out of crickets, then it was every spider for themselves. The delicate balance of their ecosystem depended on a steady supply of food. In times of scarcity, the spider's true nature emerged. Beneath their artistic exterior, they were still creatures of instinct and driven by survival. Okay, stay tuned, folks. This is going to get interesting.
Well, when life gives you lemons, you make a lemonade stand with spiders.
Ah, yes, nothing says refreshing like a side of arachnophobia with your lemonade.
Oh, don't worry, he's just there for the ambiance. Is that a spider in my drink? People would say. Welcome to the annual Juggling Spider Painter Convention. It's the only place where you can see spiders juggle and paint at the same time.
Because apparently that's a thing now.
Hey, it's not easy being this talented, you know. We spiders have to multitask.
And look at that form. Little brushes on each leg. Truly a masterpiece in motion.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The award for the most bizarre life goes to...
Oh, I can't believe it. This is so exciting. I've never won anything like this before. It's truly an honor, Loretta shouted.
I knew she was strange, but this takes the cake. I mean, who else would have a room full of such crazy-ass oddities?
We did it, Loretta. We really did it. All those years of collecting and embracing the bazaar have finally paid off, her friend Traineesha screamed.
Wait, she won an award? For what exactly? I mean, what does one have to do to win such a title?
For the most bizarre life, obviously. It's not just about being strange, it's about living it every single day. And honestly, she deserves it. No one else could pull off such a unique lifestyle with so much flair. Traineesha was way too supportive. She needs to pull back and straighten Loretta out. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Loretta, the queen of bazaar. Let's give her a round of applause for embracing her true self. You go, crazy girl.